Razer just released a new wireless gaming headset in the Kraken V4, and I honestly think this is the best Kraken headset Razer has ever released. And let me tell you why by taking a look at comfort first. And I want to go on and throw them on the scale and show you the weight first off. They're coming in at 345 grams, and they're not ridiculously heavy. Very nice and balanced headset. But one of the best things is how there is now full swivel. You all know this is something I need and swear by in all of my gaming headsets. And no other Kraken has ever had this. Now that you do have it, it just opens up so much more flexibility and comfortability with it. Before, they were just flat right there, so you get the pressure points on the front to the back, but now they're going to fit any head shape with all that movement. Your ear cups go in and out as well. You can see you got that little coil right there, doesn't really get in the way. And as far as adjustment, plenty wide, all the way down there, and then it gets super small. So again, I really think these are going to fit any head shape. I mean, just look how big they get. And right along with that are the new ear pads. As you can see, they are a little bit smaller as they made these a little bit more streamlined. They're not these big, bulbous, just round deals. You can see they kind of look like the Black Sharks now, kind of like what they've done with a lot of their other headsets. You got that nice sports view material, a little bit of pleather locked in there to lock in some of that sound, but super duper plush. You can see they kind of got that memory foam. But the nice thing, again, as far as the ear pads and right along with the cups outside there with your drivers, they're not ridiculously awkwardly massive anymore. And as far as the dimensions of the ear pads, I know I got this upside down, but hopefully you can see that there. And then the length. So as you see, these ear pads are plenty big. And then as far as the depth right there. Now, as far as the headband up here, you see you got that same sports weave material, very nice and breathable. The one thing I don't like about this though, is you can see the cloth goes all the way down over here to the side, but the padding actually starts like right up here. So you can see I'm pressing down. There's your padding from here over to here. But when you come over onto the side, well, it's just pretty much right into the plastic. You can see I'm pressing, bam, and then I'll sink down. If you can see right there, that's where it starts. I wish it was padding all the way around the side because I do feel a slight press right here on my head, but of course that's going to differ from head shape and head size. So as far as comfort of the Kraken V4, I mean, I can't say it enough. When you take this headset and just put it on your head, you want to continue wearing it. It is so incredibly stinking cozy. Again, as far as that little bit up there, that's really going to depend on head shape, head size. Maybe you got more hair, so you're not going to feel it at all. But that's so mild, like it even hurts to mention it, right? I can't say it enough. You want to continue wearing this. And where that really stands out, again, as I was mentioning, the swivel, the ear pads and everything. If we look at an older pair of the Krakens here, number one, as far as just looking at them, like these things are like massive, you know, compared to these more streamlined. They definitely look good. These kind of almost look goofy now. But with that lack of swivel where they don't move at all, minimal padding up on the top, I mean, you put them on, it's just like, I do like the big ear pads. I'll tell you what, those are pretty nice right there. But it's just, again, I'm getting that pressure right up here where I got that open gap over there. Every single headset should have swivel. I stated in all of my videos, and now that the Krakens have it, it's a feature I've been begging for on this headset. So very good right there, and such an amazing improvement over the original Kraken. Now, right in line with comfort, we got to talk about the build of this headset because a lot of those comfort points play into the build. As you're seeing, this entire headset is plastic as far as up here in your bracket, your adjustable arms plastic, your forks, down into your ear cups, everything is plastic, but it feels incredibly durable. I can't get any like flex or tension out of it. It feels pretty premium. And also whenever I stretch it and twist it up here, I don't get worried because again, you got all those movable parts. And as far as movable parts, like these don't just flop around. You got some nice tension in there. Again, over time, will that loosen up? I'm not sure. But right now it feels incredibly premium, even though it's all plastic. When you look at the original Krakens or one of the older Krakens here, you can see there's a lot more metal up here into the arms, right down into the forks. So yeah, I would say these are built a bit better. They feel a bit more robust. But again, you don't got that flexibility right there. They feel a little bit more heftier. These just feel, again, like a perfect all-round comfortable and built headset. I mean, you all have heard me say it in just about all of my gaming headset videos. I'll take a lightweight plastic headset over a heavy-duty metal built headset, Odysseys for example, because I want to use my headset and I'm going to be gaming for long sessions, so I don't want something incredibly heavy or uncomfortable on my head. I want something adjustable and lightweight, and this really does it. And again, I don't get worried whenever I'm twisting this up. it feels premium. Now let's go and talk about some features and functions on the Kraken V4, as it's packing quite a bit. As you know, it is a wireless headset, but I love how tiny this dongle is. Like, just look at that puny little USB-C. I love it. It doesn't take up much space, but you do have some extra cables. You got your A to C, and then you have an extender here with an A to C adapter right in there. So again, if you want to run it that way, you do have some length to it. But looking at the headset here, you can see you got quite a few buttons. First button up here is your microphone mute button. It's not a switch where you got to click it up or down. You're going to press it. It'll let you know if your mic's on or off with the voice prompt in the headset. You got your volume wheel, tactile steps up and down. Weirdly, it adjusts in increments of 4 on my PC. Not sure if that can be adjusted or in a future update. I wish it was increments of 1 or maybe 2, but kind of weird that it's increments of 4. Coming down here, you have your power button, USB-C port, your retractable microphone, which can come out like that, plenty moldable, which will do that microphone test here shortly. You also get that mic mute indicator light up there, which you all know is something I love, but I really like how flush this is. Once you actually get the microphone in there, you almost can't even tell there's a microphone. I really like that. Over here on the right ear cup, you got your quick switch button, which is going to go from 2.4 to Bluetooth with a double press. It's not simultaneous, it's one or the other. But again, if you are in 2.4, you will still get your phone calls through it, which is, again, what I need to make sure I get those phone calls. Now, this button underneath here is actually your game to chat button, but you're not going to adjust your values through that. You're going to hold it down for 3 seconds, and then your volume wheel will control game to chat if you want it lowest, mid, so half and half, or all the way to game. And then again, you can just press it to go right back to volume.
All right, so now you're hearing the microphone on the Razer Kraken V4. I'm going to go and click this here, and while I'm talking about the microphone, I'm going to show you a few more of the features and functions within the software. And number one, you're looking at sound. So you got EQs, which we're about to talk about after the mic test here. You got some preset EQs. You can get your custom EQs, save it right to the headset. Some volume, again, your game to chat, which you can also adjust right on the headset. THX spatial sound. Wasn't a fan. Again, let's save that for the sound talking right there. Coming over here to enhancements, you got your sound normalization, your voice clarity, and then your bass boost. And I'm just going to go right back here so you guys can see my EQ that I was kind of playing around with here. I'm going to talk more about this in the sound, but again, this headset, you can really tweak to different sounds that you really like. Movie was a pretty good one as well, but enhancements, I liked sound normalization on. Do not disturb. So again, if you don't want those calls coming through, you can have that on. It's just something I really love having there. Coming over here to microphone. So right now you can see we're on mic boost. That's what you've been hearing right now with the mic volume set to 70. Let's go and click over here to broadcast, which hopefully will bring out a little bit more bass as you're seeing down here. And then right down here, we can have conference, which is probably going to be a little more high pitched because they're dropping the bass and pulling out the highs. Let's keep it on broadcast and see, because I listened to one playback of this microphone already, and it sounded a little bit higher pitched, kind of walkie-talkie sound. Not staticky, but just very high pitched. So I don't know. I don't see an option for custom, even though, like it tells you which ones you have, but you can't come here and adjust it. So why can't I set a custom microphone EQ or turn the EQ off, just get a flat one? Very weird right there. Coming over here, we'll get noise gate. Let's put it up to medium, see what that sounds like as far as the noise gate. We'll go up to high. This is noise gate right here, see what that sounds like. Now we're turning it off back, and again, we are set to broadcast mic volume at 70. Enhancements. We have, it's just going to tell us, yeah, so this actually gives you an explanation of which one is right there, so pretty cool. We'll get volume normalization, hearing what this sounds like. Turn that off. Vocal clarity, seeing if this sounds any better or different or whatever. Now turn that off. Noise or mic noise canceling. I do have my PC chugging right now, and then again a fan running, so just hearing what that sounds. If anything, let me unplug this keyboard real quick. Now I'm just typing on a keyboard. That was a keyboard right in front of me. Now I'm going to turn mic noise cancellation off and also type on a keyboard. So now you're hearing the difference again with that noise cancellation on or off, seeing if it actually mutes some of that out. Lighting. This is the RGB I was talking about. You got your brightness, light off. You got some basic effects built in here. If you want advanced effects, you got to install Chroma Studio, which I do not do. I like minimal software running in the background, but you do have, I believe it's like 12 or 9 zones of RGB on this headset. Whole lot of RGB. Anyways, I just leave mine on static on red, but my gosh, as someone that doesn't really care about RGB, I think the RGB is just mesmerizing and looks great. It's like simplistic, not goofy looking on this headset. As far as power, power saving mode right there, and then demo again going through your THX and talking about that stuff. So the software is straight to the point, quite darn simple. I just wish in the microphone that you had more customization options as far as like a custom EQ. And also, by the way, the microphone, I wanted to show you this. So that's what you've been hearing this whole time. But if I mute it, you'll see right here. So whenever I muted that, again, it goes mic off and then mic on. And you also saw you have that red light right in the front right there. So I really like what it's doing. Again, you got the notifications in multiple ways. It's something I love. And I love having a button rather than a switch.
Wow, that microphone was bad. Like, holy smokes, it just sounded like a tin can. It was very bad, even with some of the adjustments we did in there. Now, like I always state anyways, is get a standalone microphone. Heck, I did a video of standalone mics compared to gaming headsets, and they will always blow any gaming headset microphone out of the water. So that is still my recommendation no matter what you have. One good thing about this gaming headset though is the battery life. You get up to 70 hours of battery life with the RGB off and up to 30 with the RGB on. I always leave mine right around 10% as far as the RGB, and the battery life has been absolutely fantastic for me. So now let's go ahead and get into the segment where I sit here and just ramble for quite a bit talking about sound. And this headset is using the Razer 40mm Triforce drivers, not the 50 like you're used to on the Black Shark V2 Pros, but the 40 over here, but still using Triforce. And the core sound of this headset with a frequency range of 20 to 28,000, it is a little fuller. The previous Krakens, like the ones I showed you before, I always noticed those were a little bit higher. And then over on the Black Sharks, I've always stated in my videos, like right out of the box, they're a little bit of a warmer, kind of deeper headset with a little bit more body. Not punchy bass. So when I'm saying that, don't take it the wrong way. Like, oh hey man, I'm gonna get this rumbly bass thumping headset. That's not what you're getting here, but there is immersion, there's body, there's definitely warmth to it. You got to get in there and really play around with this headset to get what you want. Me personally, I play a lot of First Descendants lately, and I'm getting into a little bit of Diablo again, just having fun with that, you know? So I want that headset with a little more immersion and a little bit more body. But to get the right kind of immersion and body out of this headset, I actually got into the software. Again, played around with my EQ like I showed you before. But if you don't want to mess with custom EQs, I found Movie is pretty nice because you can see the bass is brought up a little bit right there. So you get a little bit more of that immersion. They also pull up some of your mids and your trebles right towards the end right there. But the other trick to this headset, if you come over here to it, enhancements, is sound normalization. I recommend you click that on because it definitely just pulls everything up. What they do over here is amplifies quiet sounds such as footsteps and soft dialogues. And I really stand by that. But even other than footsteps, because I don't play many FPS games, right? I like, you know, PvE or story games. If I play FPS, it's really X Defiant. But again, I'm mainly a story type of gamer right now. And I clicked that up to 25%. And my weapons, the slashes, and again, the dialogue, whenever you're in a sticky or chaotic situation, you still got everything you wanted. And that was really nice. That's what I really love about the Triforce drivers, you know, with me talking about, hey, this is a warmer sound profile like you with the Black Sharks even, but you still get that dialogue. And then again, when you click this on sound normalization right here, it boosts all those sounds in the background a little bit more, whether it be like wind blowing, but not bass thumpy wind, right? You actually got that rainfall and stuff, the slashing of different weapons, and then that dialogue was really nice. I did play around with like bass boost and voice clarity. I felt like those were a little bit much because we're already dealing with a warm profile here already. When you click bass boost, it kind of just softened everything up, and it wasn't really what I preferred. Voice clarity, again, it kind of pulled out those highs a little bit more. So again, I just kind of dabbled with Movie or my custom EQ, and then that basic sound normalization, and it was a really nice experience for, again, the Last Descendants or over there with Diablo. I just got everything I wanted. But yes, out of the box, let me just tell you, the sound of this is very warm, very flat, very boring. So when you get it out of the box, you put it on your head, don't be like, oh gosh, what is this? You know what I mean? Give it some time, get in here and play with that sound because you're really going to be able to dial it to what you want with these Triforce drivers. This is just my recommendation. Sound is different for everybody, but that's what I had fun with. But again, you can really tweak this headset to different type of profiles with the benefit of those Triforce drivers. I absolutely love them. One other thing I want to mention here back in sound is the THX spatial sound, which I mentioned over there in the features and functions. oh my gosh, I hate it. I cannot stand it. So I accidentally had it on when I was tweaking all this stuff and trying to really play around with the profile. And I'm like, what's going on here? Why do I sound like I'm in a tin can or in a bathroom? You know, it sounded so bad. I'm like, what's going on? And lo and behold, I get into software and realize I had it on over here. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stand it. So again, I'm not a person that likes morphed, really tweaked sound, 7.1, superhuman hearing, or THX. THX can be pretty darn good if it's done right. I personally don't feel like it's done right here. It just morphs it too much, and again, sounds like you're in a bathroom. I personally could not stand it. Again, just play around with it and you'll find a sound that you want, because you can really morph this into a special sound. So now that we had a good look over of the new Razer Kraken V4s, I want to hear from you all. What do you think about them down in the comments? And one thing that might be able to make up your mind is the asking price. What we're looking at right here is $180, but they're also going to be coming out with one that's just USB, not wireless, and they're going to be $80. I love that. Again, I stated in all of my videos, like, we don't just need to shove out, again, the most high end, but still giving that mid-range option for 80 bucks with USB. You still get the Triforce drivers. You get a little RGB logo in the middle. You don't get the 9 zones right there. But again, you still get a lot of the features and great quality that you're getting out of these here. What I would like to see from Razer is, so again, they got the V4 and then the V4X. Sorry, I can't remember the prices, so I got to look at this here. But I wish they would come out with, what do they call their baseline? I wish they would come out with a line even lower than this that was just straight up 3.5, no RGB right there, and maybe it was like 59 bucks. I think that would be super cool. So then you cover all the spectrum, plus then you got 3.5, so it's going to work on every single platform. I would really like to see that. But right now, focusing on this at 180 bucks, I do like what it's offering. The only complaint I could have right here is I wish that software had a little bit more customization for the microphone. You know, one other thing I would really like actually is app control. I love gaming headsets with app control, and hopefully they can update that somehow, since again, you got Bluetooth and it can work with their app. That would be really cool to have. But anyways, that's the new Razer Kraken V4 wireless gaming headset. I hope this video was able to help you out. And if you got any other questions, just ask right down in the comments. And if you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.